Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafted by Norma. Today I'm going to show you one of the altered books that I've just finished. I've called it The English Country Garden. I've got some one or two new things that I've added to it, and also the writing that I've put in there is from the Edith Holden's diary from an Edwardian lady, I think it's called, off the top of my head. So we start with the front cover. I've gone and added one of my layered tags, I suppose you'd call it, and I've also put on there, I don't know whether you can see, a little tiny glass framed fob with a picture of a bird in there. So it's made out of two signatures, this particular one, because otherwise it would have been a bit too chunky. The book itself, I think, is Danish. It's either Danish or Finnish, I can't remember, but it's a vintage book. It is leather bound and the leather cornered, which I've left a little bit weathered because I just think it gives it a bit of character. And the back I've just left plain. So we'll start with the inside page. So on the inside page there, I've just done a pocket there with a journaling card, which I've stitched. Just slot that back in there like so. And then, because it's called the English Country Garden, I've obviously put a little tag there, just stating that. And then the first page has a side tuck there with the words on here don't match what's in the specimen, but it's just a specimen card there with some plants that was taken. If I'm honest, it's not my garden, it was next door's garden. I did ask first and she said yes. A little tiny cluster there with a bee on there, and then a little herb jar in this corner here, just on some plain writing note paper. And then here we've got an image from a Victorian posy book, which I've used in one of my other altered books, and it's a page from there, and I've just added some writing there saying a cold and foggy in the morning but brightened up later, a bit like the English weather. And again, that's the other side of there. And then here I've just added a envelope with a queen bee image on there, and it's got space there to put in whatever you want, another little cluster. And then here on this page I've gone and added, and I'll lift it up so you can perhaps see a better view, but this is a safety pin which is rusted. Now it's not pretend rust, I've actually rusted it properly, which I might put a little video and show how I did those in the near future. And a little lace tag there as a divider. And then some coffee stained material, which is similar to the one that's on the back in here, which smells lovely. A little tiny bag there with, again, some flowers, this time out of my garden. And again, the specimen information doesn't match the flower that I've put in there. Again, I'm just going to put here a little writing there, say steady drizzle of rain, normal November day. A little lace there. And then here I've gone and done just a little belly flap, a tag, and then this is just some writing paper, or some faux writing paper for you to journal on. And I've kept that together using one of my paper clips that's just got a little tag on there and a little watering can, which is matches those watering cans that's on the belly flap. Just slot that in there like that, like so. Oops, there we go. Some vintage music sheets, and then a blue envelope, blue and white envelope, and again I've put an envelope on there, a little journaling card, and then just a little note here that says, did you know that in the Victorian age lovers used flowers to secretly communicate? Every flower had its own meaning. With the help of this flower language, you can let flowers do the talking. The iris wants to tell you something special. And then I've got the iris there. And then that page has got some lace on it, some more coffee stained papers. And then in the centre of each of the signatures, I've just put a little tag. I've left the string on there. And then a little tag there with a paper clip, and then a daffodil print on there. And then here we've got another one of my little tags. Oops, take this off. And here we've got a faux wax seal that I've put on there. It just slots into there like so. And again, I'll probably do a workshop or a tutorial just how I did those. They're quite easy. More note paper, little queen bee, a little tiny cluster there which is holding on another piece of note paper. And then on this one, it's actually a paper bag that I got from our bakers, our local bakers, and it says, June is hot and wet, so everything growing so fast. A little tiny tag there. This is one of the ones I've made out of the faux metal with a little cluster attached to it. And again, another little tag there dangling down with a bee on it. You might hear a fly whizzing round. I can just hear it come in through the window. And then this is the other side of the envelope with just a little cluster on there. Turn it over, and then you've got a little bird, a robin, with some writing on there. Robins trying to build their nest, the second nest. The cat got the last, and that's quite true. From where I'm sitting now, the robins have actually gone and built their second nest. The ode to cats. Then the piece of paper from the Victorian Posy book that I've used. Little side slot there with a card. There, what's one of Tim Holtz's papers, I think that one is. Turning over, and we've got another little cluster there. I quite like making these little clusters, if I'm honest. I've just glued in with a little piece of note paper there to journal on. And then this brings us then to the end of the first signature, and I've just gone and put a journaling card there with a fairy flax on it, and put planted out new herb garden, which I haven't done this year. I did it last year. The corner, the side pocket there on the beginning of the second of the signatures, and there's just two little things there. One with some more flowers in, and a little envelope there to put some bits and pieces in. And then we really followed through very similar to the first signature, just with different images. That one's just got some daisies from the garden. And it's got must mow the lawn before it rains. So in England, that's something that we have to do quite regularly before the rains hit. So again, it's just a little envelope with a little journaling card that slots into there. A little tag with a piece of charm on there. And then this is from the original book from 1903 when it was first printed. A little cluster with, again, just a little journaling card tucked away in there. Some more coffee stained papers, and then I've used a piece of stiffened, I've put two layers together of the music score and a little note just to slot into there, and a small cluster on the top. And then another page from the Victorian Posy book with a little poem on there, The Lily of the Valley. That's the other side of it. And again, the centre of the signature, I've just added the little tag. And then here we've got another side pocket with a journaling card and an envelope. That one's just got a couple of pieces of paper on it, just kept in place with one of my paperclip tags. Whoops. And then we've got a glassine bag with one of my flowers out of my garden, which are quite chunky. They were orange, but they seem to have lost some of their colour onto the page. and a little cluster there just to highlight the edge. Very large pocket there with just a small tag, and then another rusty pin there with a little tag on, and then a doubled, so you've got an envelope there, and then I've added this image which just uses as a little flap there, goes in there. And then on this page, which is the bag from the bakery, I've just added the little card there. So it is a little envelope that you can slot in. And that just slots in there. And then again, that's some of the writing from the Edith Holden book that I got. And then here we've got a tag at the bottom holding some coffee stain paper with again one of the faux sealing waxes on. I think they make quite a nice addition to the book, if I'm honest. And then on the last page, just a index card, a little cluster, and then a pocket at the back with just a little journaling notebook just there, and a journaling card just to go with it. And that brings us to the end of the Country Garden book. Do hope you enjoyed the flip through. Might give you some ideas. I do love making these books. If you've enjoyed it, please give me the thumbs up. If not, you can always leave a comment. I do like positive comments as well as critical comments. It's nice to hear from you all. And if you did enjoy it, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. The book will be available in my Etsy shop, and the link will be down below. And also where I get my craft stocks from. I'll put the list there, which is Artfix Supplies. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.